Alrighty, here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started with it. This is episode 1. First time I've ever done this before, so let's start. Kevin Reads Reddit. Now we're going to jump right into some fun stuff with the WTF subreddit. This one is called Some Red Sauce. Oh god. Why is there a guy in it? Okay, all things considered, is a surprisingly good dance. Fatal car crash after texting. You want to click it? I don't want to click it. Don't text and drive. No! What the hell? That's just a bad idea. I don't care what training you may or may not have. That's just a bad idea. This is not why we're doing this. So this is just fun. I'm going to scroll through a couple different subreddits before we end today, but I'm going to go to the actual reason that I wanted to record today is the AmItheAsshole subreddit. This is one of my favorite subs. For those who don't know, AmItheAsshole, AITA, is basically people asking other internet assholes if they deserve to be called assholes for any given situation. They usually do a pretty good job of explaining the situation so you can know kind of what's going on. So let's just dig right into it. Am I the asshole for asking my wife for an abortion? Okay. Me, 31-year-old male, and my wife, 29-year-old female, are very vehemently child-free. We're not one of those nutters who call kids crotch fruit or spawn or whatever godforsaken name there is, but it was an agreement we had very early in the relationship that we wouldn't have kids. Now I've been putting off getting a vasectomy. I did get one a few weeks ago, but I was just procrastinating it, which is my fault, I guess, sure. However, I use condoms, and my wife has been on birth control since she was 14, so we're all good. About 2 weeks before the vasectomy, my wife were getting down to business, and I realized I didn't have the condoms. She reminded me that she's on birth control, so we proceeded with the deed. I go get some more condoms after vasectomy happens, and everything's all good. Nope. She's now 6 weeks pregnant. I was surprised, because isn't she supposed to be on birth control? Come to find out, she hasn't been taking it for the last few months now. Holy fuck. On top of that, she wants to keep the kid, which I am very against. She's very fucking ecstatic, which shocked me because obviously she's against having kids too. Was against having kids. I feel so damn betrayed in this situation. She knows I'm very against kids, and not only that, but I was a foster child and I don't know anything about my parents, so I have no clue what inheritable diseases I may have. Okay. I really don't want to have a kid, so much so that I'm thinking of divorcing her if she's not willing to get rid of it. And to be honest, I might divorce her anyway because of the crap she pulled with the birth control. I've told her that I'm against this pregnancy, but I haven't pushed any further than that. Would I be the asshole for possibly divorcing her over this or asking her to get an abortion? This situation sucks. My answer here is going to have to be, you're the asshole. You can't do that. Now, you did go into an agreement when you got pregnant that you were child-free. Now, you may have reinforced this many times over the course of your marriage that you're child-free. That being said, you're no longer child-free. Your wife is pregnant, OP. And it's your choice at this point to continue on or leave her. But it sounds like since you're considering divorcing her anyway, that you've already made up your mind here. In my opinion, you're an asshole. Let's see what the rest of the internet says here. Ooh, the thread has been locked. That's fun. I'm sure everyone else can guess what needs to be locked. Thanks, mods. Okay, it might be controversial, but I'm going to say not the asshole. Interesting, okay. You two were against children. I'm not sure if she had a change of heart before the sex or afterwards, but either way, she lied to you about the birth control. That's absolutely true. You know, I'm going to change my verdict. It's not a you the asshole, it's everybody sucks here. Everyone sucks here. You wanting to do what you did and she lied to you about it, that's extremely manipulative. She really shouldn't have done that, unless she was trying to get pregnant and use that as an excuse to have sex with you knowing that she wasn't on birth control. Then for sure, she's an asshole. You're an asshole too. I think everyone sucks here. This could have very easily tipped into everyone sucks territory, yeah, but you haven't forced an abortion onto her, and your reasons for not wanting this child are sound. Blah, 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 blah. Next comment. Sounds like she was trying to get pregnant in hopes you'd change your mind. You're not the asshole for asking, but don't try to coerce her. Ultimately, it's her body, her choice, yes. You're also not the asshole for considering divorce over such a massive betrayal of trust. That's true. Divorce won't stop you from being legally responsible for the child if she decides to keep him to the issue, but that's also true. Something for the OP to consider. Not necessarily a reason to not divorce her, but just something to keep in mind if that were to follow through. If you stay, I think therapy is a must. Agree with that. Yay, that. Might be a good idea if you leave too. Could help you work through becoming an unwilling father. Yeah, people are saying not the asshole here because, what's the original post? For asking my wife for an abortion. You're not an asshole for asking her for an abortion, in my opinion. But there are a couple of other things going on in here. This is very obviously just the tip of an iceberg of a relationship. Everything's more complicated than that. So I'm going to give an everyone sucks here. Everyone's saying NTA, not the asshole. Those are the most, not you. Those are the most common responses that I'm seeing. I wonder how far down I have to go to get an everyone sucks here. It's 3, 4. Sexual assault, that's true. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No agreements in the top 10. All right. Well, then apparently, not the asshole. All right. Ooh, am I the asshole for not apologizing for sleeping with a woman's husband accidentally? In June, I met a guy we'll call Chris on Tinder. We met up for dinner, had a great time, and got to know each other. He told me he was recently divorced and divulged that the reason that was that his wife wanted kids and he didn't. You sound like the guy from the other post. This was great because I mentioned being child-free in my profile. The 31 says comes up a lot. We met up again and I ended up seeing each other a couple of times a week and sleeping together for a little over a month before he showed up in my Facebook, people you may know, and he was very clearly married with a kid and wife. I confronted Chris and of course ended things, and he begged me not to tell his wife before he could because she's pregnant and he wants to be the one to tell her. I said I'd give him a week. Within the week, the wife messaged me on Facebook and said he told her what happened, and I gave her the full story. I told her I was sorry he betrayed her kids like this and fooled me, and that I, of course, would never have started dating a married man. As we were winding down the conversation, she then told me she wanted me to apologize for sleeping with her husband and that she needed that for closure. For me, this was a record scratch moment. I did nothing wrong here. I had no idea this man was married, let alone he had a kid and one on the way. When I found out, I confronted him immediately, broke up with him immediately, and forced his hand in telling his wife. There's nothing on my conscience here. I was lied to too. I'm not going to apologize because I feel like it's disrespectful to me to try to make me accept blame. Am I the asshole for not willing to apologize? I don't know this woman, and her feelings here don't have more value than mine do to me. I don't want to debase myself with the kind of apology she wants, and she's furiously spamming me with messages because I'm unrepentant. Okay. Am I the asshole for not apologizing for sleeping with a woman's husband accidentally? Okay. My gut response here after having read all of this is, or at least would be, not the asshole. You don't owe her anything. You haven't done anything. To your points, you haven't done anything wrong. There's nothing you need to do. There's nothing wrong on your conscience. My gut reaction would be to say not the asshole. But things aren't in a perfect vacuum here. I'm going to say, for the sake of closure and for the sake of moving on and for the sake of it doesn't matter who the fuck cares, you'd be the asshole if you didn't. I think there's no reason not to. It's not accepting apologizing is not the same thing as accepting blame. In this case, she's looking for an apology for her closure's sake. For you not to apologize would be selfish on your part. It doesn't cost you anything to apologize. You'll always be the woman who cheated with her husband. Always. There's nothing you can do about that. You are a victim of his lie in the same way, well, not in the same way that she is, but you are also a victim of his lying. I hope you can understand, though, that she is the bigger victim between the two of you. So while I don't think it's necessary for you to apologize to her for what you had done, since you didn't do anything wrong in your own eyes, in my opinion, personally, I mean, you're the asshole just barely, just a little bit. You're just barely an asshole if you didn't say anything. So let's see what the internet says. I was going to say, internet's going to say not the assholes. Yep, not the asshole. She's trying to punish you for her husband's action. Punish how? Punish how? It sounds like they had a great conversation. Great, all things considered. It sounds like they had a productive conversation. Asking for an apology is not a punishment. Her beef was with him, not you. You did what you needed to immediately upon learning his lies. She's just being extra with you because she's afraid to do it to him. There's a lot of assumptions in there. There's nothing. Apologizing is not a punishment, so I don't agree with that particular portion. Not the asshole. The husband is entirely the asshole. Yes, but the husband's not the question of the post. The post itself is apologizing for sleeping with the woman's husband. The woman wants to apologize. The husband is entirely the asshole. I hesitate calling her an asshole. She's not, because she does some stuff. Personally, I'd say I'm sorry I slept with him. Okay, and here's what I'm looking for. Personally, I'd say I'm sorry I slept with him. That's how I feel. You don't need to apologize for the situation because you had nothing to do with it. But again, it costs you nothing to apologize, okay? No assholes here, solely based on the fact that you didn't know. You broke things off immediately and made him tell his wife. However, whether it was your intention or not, it probably wouldn't have, or would have been just as easy to apologize and move on. There you go. The wife in OP is clearly not the asshole. Clearly the cheating scumbag is one, but I thought the debate was over the wife of OP being an asshole, which I would say neither of them is, which that's fair. No assholes here. That's a fine judgment. Okay, we're done with that one. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to get out of bed and feed the damn cat? All right, everyone, I need some judgment on this one. My wife and I have a happy, healthy, no chonkers cat. Nice. That we love, except for on weekends when he will sit outside our bedroom door and meow nonstop until one of us gets up to feed him. This only happens on weekends. As one who enjoys sleeping in myself, it's also very fun for me to not have to get up on time on the weekends. Anyway, so Monday through Friday, my wife wakes up for work first at around 6 a.m. and feeds the cat. However, on the weekends, we both try to sleep in, so come 6:01 a.m., our kitty alarm clock goes off and won't shut up until one of us gets up to feed him. He will literally cry for 2 hours straight if we try to ignore him. I have cats, it's the same thing. You can't ignore a cat when they're crying like that. Well, you can, they're not going to stop though. Here's where the story takes a twist. A while back, we bought a timed self-feeder to use when we were away for vacations. When we tested out the self-feeder, we discovered the amazing benefit of the cat no longer crying to us for food because he gets fed at his usual time each morning. I thought this was fabulous, and we should use the self-feeder all the time to save our sleep sanity. My wife disagreed. Her reasons range from concern that the self-feeder might not drop the correct amount of food each time, should be pre-measured, concern the cat might be able to reach his little murder mitten up on the food chute, murder mitten, his paw, okay, up on the food chute and steal extra food between meals, that should be sealed depending on the model, concerned the cat won't love us anymore since we have the ones directly pouring food into his dish. You can't choose if the cat loves you or not, so that's got nothing to do with it, in my opinion. Concern it's a waste of batteries. It's a use of batteries. That's just how I feel about batteries. I've told my wife I understand all of her concerns, but I still think the benefit of being able to sleep in without being woken up by a cat banshee outweighs the risks she has laid out. She still disagrees. So I did the only thing that Reddit hates more in relationships than cheating and gave my wife an ultimatum! Exclamation points. Don't do that. Bad idea. I told her that we either use the self-feeder or come 6:01 a.m. Saturday morning when the cat wakes us both up, I'm kicking her, not literally, out of bed to go feed the damn cat. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Okay, let me just hide the edits. I just want to go on the original post. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Get off your ass and feed the damn cat, is my opinion. Your wife doesn't have to get off her ass and feed the damn cat. Switch off. I mean, if we're making suggestions here, switch off. She does Saturday, you do Sunday. Each weekend, I don't know, pick a thing. It doesn't really matter all that much. But the point is, there are a number of compromises here that would work perfectly fine. Your wife is not the asshole. I would say she's barely not the asshole, though, because she's being, in my opinion, unreasonable. At least kind of unreasonable. She's being a little bit less reasonable than I would prefer, personally. So I totally understand where you're coming from. But in terms of her being the asshole, no, she's just a little bit unreasonable, but she's not being an asshole about it. Sounds like you're kind of being a dick about it, though. Especially when you say you gave her an ultimatum and you joke about it, but you know it's an asshole thing to do. You already know you're an asshole, like right here. And you swear about it and you know. So my judgment is that you're an asshole. Let's see what the internet says. Seeing a lot of people proposing a compromise using a feeder just on the weekends. Unfortunately, my wife has shot that idea down in the past too. Why? Why? That's a perfectly reasonable idea. Just turn it on the weekends, and she shut the idea down for all of her reasons she gave. Okay, she did give a number of reasons why she didn't want to use it at all. Well, I guess without knowing the self-feeder, though, I can't understand why any of those things would be a genuine concern. Because most self-feeders that I've seen, at least, are completely contained. They're sealed. Like, you really can't the cat can't do anything with it. It just kind of rotates and gives food out. You know, I don't know if any of them do it any differently. People are wanting the cat tax. Let's look at the cat first. That's a cat. Hello, kitty. Okay, cat tax paid. All right, let's check it out. As an owner of the cat who just wants to scream and scream, anything you can do to stop it doesn't make you the asshole. I wish feeding made him stop. Sometimes it's 5 a.m. and the demon just wants to be pet. Sometimes it's 3 a.m. and he'll eat a shower curtain loudly so they chase him off, but if you keep the bathroom door shut, he screams. Thanks for the judgment there, user. Okay. I'm gonna get pinned for this, but no assholes here. Also, kitties love routines. At least yours just wails. Now we get in the bedroom. People talking about their own cats. Answer the damn question. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. If we leave the bedroom door open, our cat will also lovingly attack us by licking our heads and faces to wake us up. We try to keep the bedroom door shut to prevent us every once in a while. I break in. No. I wouldn't say your wife is the asshole. Maybe a little too many excuses. Yeah, there we go. Take a while. I don't consider you the asshole, though, so it's kind of a no assholes here. I mean, any actual judgments here? No assholes here. Use the automatic feeder. It's only 2 days. The way you worded this post is comedy gold. We need to get you some better comedy there, shader, fader. Cool. Love the description of murder mittens. I didn't understand what you meant by that until I was like, oh, pause. Not the asshole. I'd 100% do the same thing. You would 100% give your wife an ultimatum and threaten to kick her out of bed to feed the damn cat, quote. Go. Internet, you're letting me down. Feed the damn cat yourself, OP. You are one of 2 adults in this relationship. Your wife feeds the thing 5 days a week. You can feed it 2 days a week. Or come up with a compromise again, or use this thing on the weekends, or there's a lot that can be done here. I'm gonna go with you're the asshole still, but barely. That's just me. And let's do one more. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that I love my niece and nephew as much as my son and not backing down? You know, I want to try to find a good one. Would I be the asshole for my wedding photographer? I'm disappointed by our pictures. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend not to give my penis a nickname? I just want to glance at this one real quick. Hold on. Oh, look at it short. My girlfriend has chosen a nickname out of nowhere for my penis. She has chosen for some godforsaken reason to call it Princess Little Piddles. I have no idea where she got this name, but it's not the most manly nickname, and honestly, I don't even have a nickname for it, so why should she? Every time she calls it by her nickname, I feel ashamed. Am I the asshole for making her stop calling it that, or should I just let her keep it up? I'm afraid this waking nightmare may never end. All right. Are you the asshole for telling my girlfriend not to give my penis a nickname? No. You're not an asshole, but neither is she. No assholes here. From what I've seen, it's like a fun little relationship thing to name each other's parts or name. Not the asshole. Start calling her genitals king size windsock and she'll soon stop. I think I need an AskReddit to help me brainstorm. Okay, that could be fun, but no, we're not going to play that game right now. Not the asshole. That kind of nickname, especially for genitalia, is incredibly immature. If the partners don't respect you, they honor your wishes. This might be more relevant to our relationships. His girlfriend is joking. It's a line from a movie. I was going to say, it makes me think of it's the Kate Hudson one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. She nicknames his hardware princess something, yeah. Isn't the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? She's dropping hints. She just wants you to watch a chick flick, dude. Honestly, that movie's pretty fun. All things considered, you should give it a shot. There it is. Has she watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days recently? The main character names the guy's penis as Princess Sophia. That's right. However, you are 100% sure in the right to tell her to stop. If it makes you uncomfortable, she should stop when you tell her. Yes. That's generally agreeable. If you don't like it and you want her to stop, tell her. If she doesn't stop, she's either not taking you seriously or she doesn't respect you. One of the two. That's not the one I wanted to end on, though. That one's fun, but that's not what I wanted. That is fun. So that's the end of Am I the Asshole? Let's take one look at AskReddit before we go. Okay. What's the best kept secret on the internet? You get $100 every time you're rejected. People looked at x-rays. Everyone needs 3 hobbies in a video game. Come on. I've seen this same question like 7 times. Redditors who've lived in secluded towns, what's the darkest thing that happened to your town but is kept secret? This question has been asked like 20 times in the last year at least, and I don't understand how the mods allow it every time. It gets thousands of upvotes every single time. Gentlemen, what is an absolute red flag a woman can raise on the first date? US soldiers, what do you believe or understand the Kurdish reaction to? How do you say fuck off in your native language? What is the most bullshit quote everyone believes? Here we go, let's go. Ignore the bullies and they will go away. That's never been true. That never works. If you like Pornhub, you'll love Pornhub Live. I've never heard that before. Great minds think alike. The end of that quote is, but fools hardly differ. I like that. That reminds me of one. There's the jack of all trades is not the end of the phrase. It's like jack of all trades, but master of none is worse than being the master of one, or something like that. Saying like being good at everything but just a little bit sucks. Don't do it. If you tell me the truth, you won't get in trouble. You know, I disagree with that one only because of my personal parenting method. I've got an 8-year-old, and honestly, that's how I live. I won't say that if I don't mean it. If I mean it, I'm like, look. I honestly just want to know what happened. If you tell me what happened, I have made the decision that I'm not going to get you in trouble here. That's a gamble I'm willing to make. I don't need her to make that gamble. I'm making it so that she can. I want to build a relationship of trust with my daughter so that she knows she can trust me. No way to go but up. No, you can always go further down. I'll sleep when I die. No, you won't. You'll die. Sleep deprivation has a massive effect on your health. Go to sleep. That's true. Thank you, meanie self. And with that, I think I'm going to end things here. Thank you guys so much for watching here. I'm going to go get to sleep because it's a little later than I probably should be awake at this point. So thanks. If you liked the video, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know what subreddit you'd like me to take a look at next. I'm always looking for fun new subreddits to take a look at. I plan on using AskReddit and AmItheAsshole as staples on my channel. But if you have any other obscure subreddits or fun subreddits you'd like me to take a look through, just leave them in comments below. Let me know, and I'll always take a look at them. Thanks.